Welcome to Strip Cover Lit, where we squeeze the bigger picture out of literature. I'm Adrian Ford, and we are here for day 11 of the 12 days of LitMas. And the event has really been fun to keep up with this year. And today, of course, we have as our prompt the 2018 Booktube MVP in our eyes. And I am going to have to side with a man with whom I do not always agree, and who has certainly had his disagreements with me. Steve Donoghue is indefatigable on Booktube, and I will give 3 reasons why I think that he is the Booktube MVP for this year. The last reason, of course, I think the strongest argument as for why. But first, his volume of content. Jesus Christ, does that guy go. I mentioned indefatigable. He produces so much content that it would be nearly impossible for any other mortal to keep up with. And boy, I gotta say, no one has seen Jesus and Steve Donoghue in the same room. Maybe there's something paranormal going on there, maybe there's not. I can't be for sure, but it would murder me. Doing 12 videos in 12 days is difficult for me. The Dirty 30 almost killed me. 2019, 365 videos in 365 days is going to be incredibly difficult. And I've got someone else doing videos with me. I don't know how Steve Donoghue puts up 4 videos a day. But those 4 videos a day aren't just sitting in front of a camera talking. And though they are predominantly book hauls, the way Steve Donoghue does book hauls is not just flashing a camera in front of, or flashing a book in front of the camera and saying, this is the new book I bought. Which leads me to my second point, the depth of knowledge that spills forward is sometimes spewed forth, perhaps, from the mouth of Donoghue, the mouth of the Don, is so immense that I was, one of the big books that is being sold this year as a Christmas book is 1,000 books you have to read before you die. And when you think about it, reading 1,000 books before you die, if you read 100 books a year, it would take you 10 years. That's 2 books a week. If you read just a book a week, it would take you 20 years to get to 1,000. Steve Donoghue has obviously read 1,000 books a year since the inception of time. And it shows in his videos that he is able to flash a single book, and from that one book and that author, and perhaps the premise of the book, go into a lengthy 5-minute digression on all sorts of shit. All sorts of shit. There's no telling where a Steve Donoghue video will end from where it begins, besides that couch. But you know how every Steve Donoghue video begins. Hello, Booktube. So you know where it begins, but you don't know where it's going to end. You have no idea where a Steve Donoghue video is going to take you. And I think that leads fairly nicely into my third point. That not being able to tell where a Steve Donoghue video will end, but knowing exactly and precisely where that video will begin and where it will take place is something that seems to be incredibly inspiring to people. I have seen more people say that Steve Donoghue inspired them to start their channel, to go ahead and start their channel, a channel they've always wanted to start, something they've always wanted to do, to try to develop a community that they've always wanted to have, than I have seen any other person's channel attributed in that fashion. In addition to that, the community that he continues to cultivate around his channel is one that values learning, is one that values the individual, is one that values voices, and I don't think that is valued enough in the Booktube realm. It seems that many Booktubers would be happy if all of Booktube... Now, I know that I've made jokes during this LitMas that I want to create Booktube in my image, but that image word is a bit misleading. I just want to see more book reviews. I want to see more poetry discussions. I want to see more deep dives into literature or into authors or into what it means to write or be a writer. That's what I want to see, not literally what I look like. But it seems that very much of Booktube would be more than happy if all of Booktube looked and sounded like them and read the same things as them. And the one thing that I admire most about Steve Donoghue, that's not what he wants. He wants everybody, and he wants all of them right now. And for those reasons, I think that Steve Donoghue is the 2018 Booktube MVP. And that is all I have for this video, and I hope to see you tomorrow, where the prompt is some reading, writing, and arithmetic. No, that's not right. Booktube goals for 2019.